All right, we are going to solve the question above. The question says we should find the current in the circuit above. All right, as you can see, we are having 10 ohms resistor, and then we have current I1 flowing through it. And we are having 6 volts here, that is voltage source of 6 volts, voltage source of 8 volts. We are having a resistor of 6 ohms, and then we are having current I1 flowing in that direction. All right. So originally, this direction is not included in the question. I am the one that included it. Exactly. All right. So I'm taking a clockwise direction. You can decide to take an anti-clockwise direction. We will all arrive at the same answer. All right. So the first thing is we are having loop 1 and what? Loop 2. So we are going to apply Kirchhoff voltage law to this loop 1. All right. So apply KVL to 1. All right. Now we are applying the Kirchhoff voltage law. All right. So you can see this is our direction, and this is the direction of current. And if you have been watching our introduction class, you are going to note that I've told us that if our current and our direction, they are opposite. You understand? The current is moving like this, we are going in this direction, so we are going to take our voltage to be what? To be positive. Exactly. And then we know that voltage is current multiplied by what? Resistor from Ohm's law. So it shows that voltage here is going to be 10 times what? I1, which is 10 I1, positive 10 I1. All right. Now we are dealing with this loop only. Now if you come here now, we are coming to this second. We are moving from positive to what? To negative. So which is 8 volts. So it's going to be minus 8, and then we are moving from negative to positive. I've told us in our introduction class that the shorter arm is always negative for our voltage source, while the longer arm is always what? Positive for our voltage source. All right, so here there's a voltage drop, here there is a what? A voltage gain. All right, so we are going to have plus 6 equals to what? 0. All right, and then minus 8 plus 6 is going to give us what? Minus 2. So we are going to have 10 I1, then minus 2 equals to what? 0. So if I move this negative to the other side, I'm going to have 10 I1 to be equals to 0 plus 2, which is what? 2. So for me to get the value of I1, I'll divide both sides by 10. So we divide both sides by 10. So I1 will be equals to 0.2 ampere. All right. So it shows that the value for our I1 is 0.2 ampere. Again, we are going to apply KVL to loop 2. All right. Apply KVL to 2. All right. So again, we are moving in this direction. Now we are moving from negative to positive. Exactly. This is a voltage source. That's why we are not considering the direction of current. So we are moving from negative to positive. So that is going to be a voltage gain 8. Then here we are having a resistor. So we are going to consider the direction of the current. All right, you can see our current is moving in this direction, and we are going in this direction. So the directions, they are what? Opposite. All right, so it shows that we are going to consider positive voltage. So 16 multiplied by I is 16I. So we are going to have plus 16I plus 16I2. Then we are moving from negative to positive. So plus 12, everything will be equals to what? 0. All right, 8 plus 12 is 20. So we are going to have 16I2 plus 20 will be equals to 0. Then 16I2 will be equals to minus 20. So for me to get the value of I2, I will divide both sides by 16. So if I divide both sides by 16, So I2 will be equals to minus 20 divided by 16. It's going to give us what? Minus 1.25. Minus 1.25 ampere. All right. So that's it. So I've gotten the value of I1. I've gotten the value of I3. Sorry, I2. So we are left with the value of I1. So for us to get the value of I1, we are going to apply the Kirchhoff current law to node what? To node A. All right. So apply KCL to what? To node A. To node A. All right. That is small letter A. All right. Now, if you look at node A, the only current that is going through node A is what? Is I2. And then we said that the summation of current that is entering the node must be equal to the summation of current that is leaving the node. So I1 must be equals to I2 must be equals to the sum of I1 plus what? I3. So I2 is equals to I1 plus I3. All right. So we have gotten the value of I2, I1. So we need I3. So if we make I3 the subject, I3 will be equals to I2 minus I1. All right. So I3 will be equals to I2. What's the value of I2? Minus 1.25 minus I1. What is I1? I1 is 0.2. All right. So minus 1.25 minus 0.2 is going to give us what? Minus 1.45. Minus 1.45 ampere. So here is the solution to the above question, and I hope the question is well simplified and well structured. You can comment that in the comment section. And peradventure, if today is your first time coming across our content, do well to give this video a thumbs up and click on the notification bell so that anytime I upload a video like this, you will be the first to receive the notification. And don't forget that we are open for private tutoring section, and then we are also open for our other services, which includes assignments. That is, if you are having difficulties in solving your assignment, you can send it to our DM. We are going to help you to resolve it. If you are having issue with any understanding any topic relating to civil engineering, mechanical engineering, or electrical engineering, you can also reach out to us. We can develop a step-by-step material for you on that particular topic of your interest. And then we also have all our material on our seller. Check the link to our seller account on the description of this video. You can order any of our material, be it on civil engineering or mechanical engineering or electrical engineering. And you can also send us a DM. We are also going to forward the materials to you. So stay tuned.